I'm absolutely delighted to say that England have won our first World Cup game against Croatia 4-2. Such a good feeling to get up and running, get this win against what's probably the hardest team we've got in the group as well. Get this one started up, just get up and running, and it was great. It was a great performance. There's a lot I liked about it. Really enjoyable game as well. I've watched quite a few World Cup games, more than I thought I was going to get to actually with some of the kick-off times, and that was probably the best game I've seen from a mutual perspective as well. I think you could argue that was game of the tournament. We saw a lot of quality from both teams. I really enjoyed the game. Not even from an England perspective, obviously getting that win it was great, but also it was a great watch as well. I thought it was a really good game of football, and we're going through all of this today. So in terms of the game. Actually, it was in this. The stadium it was in was a really good stadium as well. In Dallas, has the roof over the stadium as well. It's a state-of-the-art venue, and I think that definitely would have helped. That was definitely good for us to be in that sort of environment in this game. So, kick off. We're on the front foot straight away. Obviously, Mandzukic wins us the penalty, and it's briefly on the squad selection, on the team selection actually. Of course, we go for John Stones, comes in at the back line, largely because of his experience, his quality. Does make a lot of sense. I thought he would definitely start, but it is John Stones that's preferred as the centre back. I wondered if it would be Gearhey and Konsa. Maybe Konsa goes because obviously Konsa can go on both sides of that in terms of you can say both left and right in terms of centre backs. But they did say though the front line was obviously maybe a bit different to what people expected, but he did say that the team that started last night might not be the team that finished, probably won't be the team that finished the tournament, and obviously Donny Mandzukic got in on the on that right wing ahead of Bukayo Saka, and obviously Gordon on the left is preferred to Rashford in this first game, but of course, like I say, it is obviously early days, and the team selection will change throughout the tournament. And in the number 10 role, it was Jude Bellingham who got the start ahead of Brendan Rodgers in that position, which Jude Bellingham definitely backed up that he should be starting. He proven why he should be starting yesterday. We'll come to all of that. It was a great start, obviously. Mandzukic, overall, impressive his performance actually. He done a lot more than I expected, and a lot more was coming down his side of the pitch than Gordon. Gordon was really quiet, didn't really see much from Gordon. I think Rashford getting his goal when he come on made the case for himself to start, but didn't really see enough from Gordon, to be perfectly honest. Didn't see a lot at all. But Mandzukic, I thought, was lively. He was trying to make stuff happen. He was, getting on the ball, and that's what we need to see him do. He gets up, he wins the penalty, which was good. Obviously, Kane, the first penalty is not great, but the keeper does come off his line. But we get to retake it, and this time he buries it, and we go 1-0 up early on, which is exactly what we needed. And it was, perfect start to the game from England. And Kane doesn't miss from the spot, so the fact the penalty got retaken was certainly good because, for a moment there, it was a bit of a worry. But at that point, we on top, we dominate. We played well as well. The whole game, really, we played good football, and I think that's one of the things that people want to see. We want to see attacking football. People are fed up of England being negative, of just sitting back, and in years gone by, that would have been a game that was really tight, that would have been really hard. I actually predicted a 1-0 England, and I think a lot of people predicted that, because you think it would be really cagey, really nervy. Croatia got a lot of quality, and we thought maybe it would be really hard to break them down, but it was more the other way. It was more become a bit of an end-to-end sort of game at times, of course. Unfortunately, Croatia, they do get themselves back into the game, though. This really, if you look at the build-up, it's sort of come from that mistake from Stones, and then from there, the defence does switch off a bit, really, I think. And, it was a really good strike. Could have recovered there, I feel like. Really good strike to get Croatia back in the game. And, good goal from them as well. They scored good goals. This is the only worry of the first half from England. Wasn't great. Second half was very good. First half, I'll say not great. There was things that really did need improving. I thought, was attacking at times, looked very positive, but then we had times where we didn't, and the defence was having really shaky moments at the back as well. That said, though, of course, we do take the lead again. Harry Kane does it again, and I did think he would I did wonder if we were getting the score sheet yesterday. I think we're going to see this is really going to be a big tournament for him, of course. But Rice takes the penalty. The corner comes in, and what a header from Kane! Really good header, proper centre forwards header to put England back into the lead before half time, and that looked like perfect time to score. It looked like it was going to go in at the break with the lead, but of course there was some stoppage time. Of course that was not it in the half. This sort of set the tone for the second half. It was a really good game, and again we switch off the back. I feel like, and they come through again from the cross, and Croatia get themselves level again. So with the goal, but Perisic obviously puts the ball in. But again, I think switching off a bit, and you can see at half time Tuchel didn't look too happy, particularly with that, I reckon. And we see the interview from Anthony Barry at half time. You could tell they wasn't happy with a lot of things about that first half. And I think although we had a lot of positive moments, there was a few real worrying things. There was a few the defensive moments, and I think could have been doing more in terms of going forward overall. But to be honest, the second half was where we really come alive. We really started that well. Excellent start right on the front foot straight away, and we see obviously Bellingham runs through, wondering if he's going to square it to Manzwaki, but he goes alone and puts us back into the lead right after half time. Perfect time to score, and just to come out after the break and go counter attack like that and get ourselves back in the lead. It was massive, and it was really good. Took the goal really well, Bellingham. The second one, he's literally a couple of minutes later, he's through on goal again. Could he have scored here? I mean, I think the keeper does well to put him off, really. I think the keeper does fairly well there. I think maybe he should be burying that, but the first goal was so good. The first goal was actually the harder shot, so yeah, he definitely right, not too straight up at the miss. We had another one a few minutes later where the keeper makes a good save. I know from the shot from Rice. Shortly afterwards, Tuchel obviously makes big calls, brings off Declan Rice, and his subs really did pay off yesterday. Thomas Tuchel, his subs were certainly very good, and I think he's shown why yesterday he's a top manager. And I think sometimes we'll see this in previous tournaments, substitutions maybe wouldn't be made when they needed to be, or sometimes the in-game decisions wouldn't be quite right. And also that is a game in previous years that I think we really would have had to work hard for. It maybe would have been a late goal, it maybe would have been a real sort of struggle to get over the line. And although it was a hard game, it was a closely competitive game. I think we were significantly the better side, and I think our quality really shone through. And I think we have very good control of the game as well. And I think Elliot Anderson deserves a lot of credit for that in the midfield. Performance going under the radar because of the flair that we showed in attack, the goal from Bellingham, the Kane's moments in the first half. Which were the best moments in the half, really, and even Manzwaki, having quite a lively game. But I think, Elliot Anderson deserves a lot of credit. The fact that, he controls the game, he, sets the tempo, and I think we look a lot more comfortable with him in the midfield than what we looked in previous tournaments. I think we've got a really good structure with him there. But subs are big, obviously. We see Rodgers come on, so Bellingham drops back, and it seems, and Rodgers pushes forward to that position, and obviously Rashford on for Gordon, which was I think was necessary, because around about this sort of spell in the game, we were on top for ages. First sort of 15-20 minutes of the half on top, the second half we're on top. We're all over Croatia, pushing for the next goal for the 2-goal cushion, but it didn't come. And we had those big chances I spoke about, and it's Croatia slowly started to get a foothold, and they had a really good spell in the game. Either side of the sort of the drinks break, the hydration break, they were really starting to get on top. To be honest, I say on top, they were starting to have a really good spell, and they're having a few chances, and it looked like it was going to be a game where we were really going to have to hold on in. But we make those subs, Saka on as Manzwaki as well, and from there, they're on top for a bit. Croatia, they make their subs as well. They've got some energy coming off the bench. They are, they're having some big chances, having some big opportunities, and I think that we finished the half, we got control of the game again, and I think we finished the game so well. And it was that final 10 minutes was very, very strong from England for England. And I think, we obviously could have killed the game off with the shot off the line, with the big save, all of that. But, in previous years, I think we wouldn't have gone on and pushed on and attacked again. I think they wouldn't have had the sort of confidence to do that. I think that all comes from Thomas Tuchel. I think it very much would have been a case of sitting back, and we would have held out, likely, because the defence usually was quite solid. But I do think that was much better football, and I think that a lot of people will feel really positive about. Well, I certainly do feel very positive about the actual performance as a whole as well. The fact that, I mean, what we wanted to see for so long is this attacking football, and I think we really got that yesterday overall. And it's the first game as well. Lineup wasn't the finished product, so the fact that we, actually in Croatia, experienced side as well. They're a good side as well. They played a good game as well. They got good goals. They got they shown quality in their own right. So I think this is an impressive game from England, and I think we finished the game so well that's when we got that. Rashford obviously got his goal after coming on, and I think we looked a lot more was going on in the attack when he come on actually, and from that point was able to keep control, finish the game comfortably with a 2-goal cushion, and I think that was a really, really strong way to start the tournament. I thought Tuchel made some big decisions. I think he got it so right, whatever he said at half time. I think first half had its positives, but a few things needed changing. That happens. Second half we come out straight away looking good and organised, and we have a really strong second half. When Croatia do start to get some tempo going, we make the subs, we step it up, and we don't sit back, we don't invite the pressure, we go at them, we continue to do what we're doing, and then we kill the game off. And I think was a really, really positive performance from England, a really well managed game, good management, very good individual performances as well. Bellingham, Kane, certainly ones that stood out. I thought Anderson, was, as I said already, great. And that fantastic start for England to beat Croatia as well. Always good. It's always been a hard game for us over the years. A lot of encounters we've had with them in recent years, and gets us off to a really, really nice start in this group stage. Because Croatia was on paper. This World Cup's been weird. There's been some surprises, but certainly does build the confidence going into these games now. Obviously, Ghana coming up next. Definitely looking to get a strong performance there and a strong result, because Croatia were the second strongest team in the group if you're going to sort of statistically, but obviously got to be hard, got to be right. Performance has got to be like it was in the second half of the remaining group games. I mean, if we beat Ghana, that might be us through, depending on the other results. We might be able to sort of look at the last game and think, okay, maybe they can rotate a bit, maybe they could experiment here a bit. And Zucker weren't afraid to do that in the hardest times either, because I mean that was somewhat experimental yesterday when taking off Declan Rice, but it all paid off, and I think Rashford starting on that left wing's got to be going forward, and I think Van Dijk definitely could have. I wasn't a fan when he got the call up, but I have to say, good. Yes, he was good. It was lively, and I thought, there's definitely maybe not in the biggest of games, but definitely can feature in this tournament going forward. Maybe we'll even start that next game. We'll see. And yeah, excellent start. And I think the main thing is, I mean, you've looked at a lot of the teams that are expected to win, a lot of the favourites: Portugal, Spain, teams like that. There's a few others as well. Belgium, all of that lot drew. So to get there's been some surprise results. So to get the win, and also I would say a very good performance to go alongside it as well, particularly in that second half. I think they really got together, got to grips with it at half time. I think that's massive. The most important thing is to get the win, but I think there's a lot to feel good about, and there's a lot to look forward to based on that performance last night. Because a lot of the things I was worried about, would the energy be there? Would the well, not so much the energy, but would we be able to play at a fast enough pace really to kind of almost, when it does get to a point in the tournament, almost cope with the sort of bigger teams that are really athletic? That then I think we've proven that we can. Yesterday I thought that was a very, very good performance. So great start for England. Hope everyone who's watching, who follows England, hope everyone enjoyed the game. Hope, of course, and I hope we can build on this performance going forward. Ghana coming up next. And well, let's enjoy this. We've got the win. So to all the other England fans watching, like I say, hope you enjoyed the game, and see you again very soon in the next one.